Well, I would just say this. In the past, when Republicans have been involved in fighting for a policy position around the end of the fiscal year, when we were in those positions, our policy position was at least what the election was about. There is no way Democrats can say 11 months ago, we just had a national election. President Trump won in a big way. There is no way they can say, oh, Obamacare premium tax credits and health care for non-citizens, those were the central issues. They weren't even on the scoreboard. They weren't even an issue at all. The issue was securing the border. That was the central issue of the last campaign. So their position is contrary to common sense, and it's over a policy difference that wasn't even part of the debate, wasn't even part of the election just 11 months ago. When at least when we had this shutdown situation, we were fighting to repeal Obamacare, which was the central issue in those campaigns in 10 and 12. And then, of course, back in 19, it was over border security, which was also a central issue in the previous election. What I know has worked out for us is the issue that was front and center then, 2019 border security, was the issue that was front and center in this last campaign. President Trump won largely because of that issue, and the border is now secure. So I do know that policy issue worked out, at least it took a while, but worked out in the direction we thought it should, where we now have a secure border, which we didn't have, obviously, under President Biden. Well, I would just start from, when you have a $37 trillion debt and the Democrats refuse to fund the government, what are you supposed to do? I mean, it forces the administration into a position of making difficult choices. That's where they're at. So, I mean, that's the lay of the land. If the Democrats would fund the government, keep the government open, there wouldn't be those choices that would have to be made. But when you're in that position, $37 trillion debt, running trillion-dollar deficits year after year, and the Democrats refuse to fund the government at a level they agreed to 6 months ago, what in the heck is Rust vote? What in the heck is the Trump administration supposed to do? Particularly when you have employees who are engaged in activities that aren't consistent with the administration's positions. There are essential employees that you would talk about: veteran services, Social Security, the post office, our military. Those are essential services that those employees are going to be there to provide the essential services that they do. Everyone understands that. That's not what we're talking about. What I'm saying is when you got a debt of that magnitude and the Democrats refuse to fund the government at a level they've already voted on and supported just 6 months ago, it puts the administration in a position of having to make those difficult choices. And they're certainly willing to do them in an effort to deal with the problems created by the ridiculous spending over all the years of the Democrats and, of course, their refusal to fund the government.